For the first half of my life, I was in a mad rush, like spreading myself way too thin. I don't know what happened, but in my late 30s, that whole need to function at a high level, it just got way too exhausting. Never gonna hide away. For me, what happened was I suddenly did become aware of it and realised that these things that I used to love and care about suddenly became no value. I didn't care anymore. Never gonna walk away. And in that whole process, probably had a second conversion to Christ. There was far more beauty in the calm and the peace. Never gonna hide away. Out of that, I was able to write songs and experiment with different approaches to music that actually hopefully captured the revelation around contemplation and a slowed down inner life. From your love. The first three albums that Nick and I did all served a different purpose, but were very much connected through the music, through the ideas, through the sound, through just the sonic feel of all the records are somewhat connected, but this seems to stand alone. You help me hold on. It feels like it's a transition into a different stage of life as an artist and as a songwriter, a transition into a deeper understanding of the things of God, a deeper understanding of myself as a musician, as a person, as a father, as a husband, as a follower of God. There are stories in the melodies for me. There are moments in the music that remind me when I'm playing, when I'm singing, when I'm recording, that I'm exiting something that I've been enjoying for a while and moving to a new place sonically, but that music is representative of a different stage of life at the same time. You help me hold on. You help me hold on. I keep going back and checking my motive before making records, why I'm actually doing this. And I want to continue to make music because I care about music that touches the human soul and creates an opportunity for the listener to experience something in the inner life that they otherwise wouldn't experience any other way. By pulling back and stripping it back and decluttering the music and leaving a lot of space, it becomes less about you and more about him. And it creates the perfect forum for God to invade the music. And I think when musicians choose to be vessels of honor and to live their life as a vessel of honor and as a high value in their lives, that's when everything starts to change for them during the creative process.
Coming into a fourth album, probably the biggest thing we enjoy about the recording process is the speed of it, actually. It's very much getting into a studio, trying to set aside space, both emotionally, spiritually, and also just our time to be in the studio uninterrupted.
How's that sound?
When ideas start, they don't really stop. It kind of just starts, and we gotta catch the train, basically.
Yeah, one more time. See, I got your clean tone and then the verb amp too.
We don't like to do multiple takes, so we do as little of that as possible. It's not doing vocal line after vocal line after vocal line. It's very much capturing as inspiration flies. Ryan is very, very spontaneous, very intuitive within his musicality. You need to be fast to catch it, but that is the nature of creativity in itself. You can sit there and try and perfect something to get it pristine, or you can just get it right in the first place.
Trez, can you hear me? Can you do me a favour? Just go snare kicking hats.
Yeah.
And take out 80% of what you're doing just to humour me. Yeah. So. Thought that I was free. Carlin, can we drop the tempo just even a bit further? Is that all right?
A lot of these takes would happen straight away, first or second time. And we leave it like that, and I'd rather edit a bar out than do a brand new take, killing the further inspiration.
That's kind of cool too, man. Either or. Oh, yeah.
What if you just do quarters on it? That's cool there, right?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it, Trez.
Myself and Ryan Smith talked about getting a drummer in that had a sensibility, but also a spontaneity.
It just felt right to solicit him for this record to come and play drums. He's very quiet and he doesn't say much, but I just knew that he didn't need to be that type of person. It was all going to come through the music.
He was able to grab where we're up to, be on the same page, keep it musical, keep it spontaneous, but keep it mature in that sense too.
It's breaking every line, it's breaking every line. At the end of it, told you. It's breaking every line, it's breaking every line. It's breaking every line, it's breaking every line. At the end of it, told you. Breaking every line, breaking every line. Breaking every line, breaking every line. At the end of me told you. Breaking every line.
Let's try a different guitar. I think that'll inspire something else.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Epi or the Collins, maybe? Keep
Sure
it
thing.
somewhat hollow.
Yep.
Just like a remnant, stood the test of time. Laid it on the line.
In some ways, all of our lives have to go through some kind of purification process. Our lives have to go through a process where God begins to burn away false constructs, masks, things that we come to rely on to get us through. The remnant refers to what is left behind after that purification process,
Just like a remnant.
where imperfections are burned away and God goes about doing an incredible work of transformation in our lives. The remnant on paper looks scary
Just like
because
a
of what's
remnant.
required of us to get there. But through the cooperation of going through these moments in our lives that get to a remnant, that get to the what's left behind, what's left over, is incredibly exciting, because out of that comes these amazing encounters which end up affecting other people's lives.
This album for me was returning to music in a lot of ways. I hadn't worked on anything for at least a year. So it was a strange process, but kind of like a restoration of faith in that sense. Restoring back the possibilities that we could go somewhere with this music. We've done 3 already, but to do another one was both intimidating and something I wholeheartedly wanted to jump back into.
Before I met Nick, I had an idea on how to play the guitar. I'd learnt from some terrific teachers, but working with Nick has actually caused me to unlearn some of those things. Has caused me to approach the instrument differently. And to almost like be reincarnated and start playing the guitar as another person, and to see the possibilities that I otherwise wouldn't have seen. The last 4 or 5 years of the creative process has actually brought out the best in me and the best in our friendship. It's been incredible.
This album feels like it's starting afresh. The 3 albums we did previously feel like a complete work. This album feels like a whole new space. Sonically, yeah, you hear parts that we've done in the past. But we just wanted to open up a bit of a new palette and kind of enjoy also what we have explored within that. I'd like the audience to feel a sense of peace as they listen to this album. That's very important for me to capture, and always has been for these records. It might have been one of our biggest goals for all of our records. Yeah, I'd like it to be an album they can sit and listen to and be a sense of healing.
Just because our lives are going great doesn't mean to say our souls are healthy. I would love this album to bring health to a person's mind, heart, to their soul, to their inner life. Our soul is the deepest part of who we are. And I'd love for the music that we create and make to have a huge impact on people's souls, so that they can enjoy divine healing, and so that their lives, if they're not healthy, can move into a place of deeper spiritual, mental and emotional health.